Welcome to the Please Go Away Vacations pre-departure meeting. This is a service that's provided by the full-time travel professionals of Please Go Away Vacations. We're going to be discussing today the secrets of South Dakota. Your tour dates are June the 3rd through the 9th, and we are promoting this trip in partnership with Colette Vacations, a nationally known tour company that goes to all 7 continents and has been in business for around 105 years. So we're very happy and pleased to be working with them on this departure. Your personal hostess for this trip is Mary Rickey. Mary has been with our agency for several years now and is a valued member of our team who's traveled quite a bit with groups and has been to this area previously. So she'll be able to provide a lot of information and assist you with any assistance or questions that you have. What's really exciting about this tour, and I think what attracted many people to it, is the fact that you're going to be staying for the duration of your tour in the city that you fly into. You'll do day trips out, hub and spokes, if you will, always returning to the same accommodations at night. You're not going to need to pack a suitcase and be on a bus with your luggage out prior. So that should be a relaxing trip for everyone to enjoy. You should have gotten your documents by now. They were mailed out. If not, let us know and we will try to track those for you. But in that packet that you received is a booklet similar to this that is your travel documents. Do read the booklet from cover to cover because there's a lot of very important information that's included. I'm not going to go through and read everything to you, but I am going to point out a few things that I want to call special attention to. One of the things that you're going to find in your information, there's a copy in the booklet of your hotel, the name and address, phone number that is available. So if you do go out and explore some on your own, you'll have that address if you need to return and have forgotten how you got to wherever you're at and need some assistance. There's also a copy that you can leave with family, perhaps a neighbor, so that they would be able to reach you in the event of an emergency. In that packet is a name tag, and Colette does ask that you wear that name tag on the tour when you're doing things as a group. Certainly not necessary to wear that except as a group, because if you're out on your own, it does call attention to the fact that you're a tourist. You're also going to have 2 different Colette luggage tags. The one that says Colette Guided by Travel on the right-hand side is a sturdy luggage tag. You can put as much information on that tag as you want. A lot of times people have chosen not to give their home address, perhaps a business or a next door neighbor, so that it's not advertising that your home is empty while you're away from home. That does need to be attached to your luggage prior to checking it into the airport where you're departing. The gray one at the bottom really doesn't need to have anything on it other than your name. Maybe a city would be fine. It does indicate booking number, which you'll find on the very front of your document booklet. That one is used for an entirely different purpose, and that is to get your luggage into your room. And on this particular departure, because you're not going to be moving to other hotels, you're going to put that onto your luggage still when you arrive at your first hotel, and probably your tour manager is going to assign a number to your luggage, and that's how they're going to determine that when you're ready to leave, that all of the luggage has been collected and is ready for you to return back home with it. There is a card that shows how to attach that large, sturdy Colette tag, as well as this was included in your document packet. So if you have any questions about that, you can give us a call, or if you're departing from Wichita with Mary, your tour hostess, you can inquire for assistance if you need to. There are also some bright green luggage stickers that Please Go Away has added in there. These are going to be attached to the handles of your large luggage, as well as any of your hand luggage, camera bags, anything that you want to put this on to call attention to the fact that it belongs to a member of our tour group. This is the proper way to do that. The back will peel off, and then you can attach the ends to each other. Sometimes people put that flat on the sides, and it's not going to stay on there. But this is going to help to identify it when it needs to be claimed at airports at either end, as well as indicate that it belongs to your group. And oftentimes people have noticed that a bag is maybe left unattended in a restaurant, a hotel lobby, or somewhere, and kept it with its owner so that it did not become lost. Here's a large piece of luggage that is showing you all the different tags, and they all have their own distinct use. So one to identify that it's your luggage, so it has an address, it has the bright green sticker, as well as the one that is used for the hotel tags. One of the questions that we often get asked is how large of luggage can we take and how many? So the large luggage that you check, if you add the height, the length, and the width, cannot exceed 62 inches. In addition, it cannot exceed 50 pounds. If it's larger or is overweight, the airlines are going to charge you additional money in order to check those bags. In addition, the airline is going to charge you when you go to check it in at the airport. So if you fall within the required guidelines, I believe that American is charging 30. Some of the airlines have gone to 35 each direction that you will pay direct to the airline. Colette also has a one large bag per person that has been paid for in the cost of your tour for the luggage handling in and out of the hotel. If you have additional bags that you have handled, there would be a fee that the tour manager on tour will visit with you about and ask you to pay. For the airlines, you are also allowed to carry on a personal item as well as a carry-on bag that will go in the overhead of the plane and should be of a size that would either go under the seat or in the overhead of the bus. The exact measurements are in your booklet, and you can review those in your document booklet. Here's an example of a large bag, and then the medium one is one that would go in the overhead of the airline. However, it's probably not going to fit in the overhead of the bus. If there is sufficient room underneath the bus driver and tour managers of Colette are normally very good to set it underneath as you go to board the bus, and then they set it out. But you will be required to handle that in and out of the hotel. And sometimes for a trip of this length, people can even travel and have that as their luggage that's handled and not need to have such a large luggage. So do keep that in mind. If you can put it in the overhead of the plane and then let the tour company handle it, you could avoid the fees for check luggage. The one on the left is small enough that it probably would fit in the overhead of the bus as well as easily under the seat or in the overhead of the plane. It is very handy to have luggage that has wheels. A lot of times nowadays, since COVID, we're not able to get a sky cap to assist with getting bags into the airports and out of the airports. So this can save you having to worry about carrying something heavy. So even the carry-ons, and there are some smaller carry-ons that also have wheels. So if you're looking at changing luggage or updating, you might want to be sure that you look at options that are easily rolled. For the days, because you will be doing day trips, as I mentioned, out of the hotel all throughout this tour, as opposed to taking a larger carry-on that we saw on the earlier slide, you may want to have, such as this, a backpack that you can easily put the things that you need with you throughout the day. This is easily, when it's empty, you can put it into your large luggage. I often put something similar into the zipper on the side so that I can have something a little smaller. My money, credit card, anything that I might need of importance, I can put in a little zipper pouch and tuck down into the backpack for ease throughout the day. Another important question that people always ask us is, what about the requirements for carry-ons when you go to get on the plane? It is important that you remember in your carry-on that you take on a plane the 3-1-1 rule. And what this means is that you're allowed to take on a carry-on that has a 1-quart sized bag containing no more than 3 ounces of any liquid or gel or aerosols into your carry-on. If you have anything that is larger than a 3-ounce size or more than will fit in your 1-quart bag, that security is probably going to take those away from you and dispose of them. So do keep that in mind when you're packing. Some of the other things that we need to talk about is going to be temperatures. Springtime in South Dakota and the areas that you'll be traveling, weather can be very changeable from day to day and even during the daytime. You want to be sure that you dress in layers so that you can maintain a comfortable temperature as it changes throughout the day. Perhaps it could rain, so you want to be prepared for that. Probably one of the more important things as well is going to be comfortable walking shoes. It's always good to have more than one pair of shoes with you so that if they do get wet or a sole comes loose or something, that you do have another pair that you can switch to. You're going to want to dress casual. There is nothing on this trip that's going to require any special dress up or anything of that nature. There is a farewell dinner, and sometimes you'll find that people dress, certainly not dress up, but a little bit nicer for the farewell dinner. A lot of times people are taking a lot of pictures and things of that nature, so they do wear nice slacks or something of that nature, and certainly not required. Credit card companies are all a little bit different, and while you're probably going to be able to use all of the major credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, they are all a little bit different in their requirements. You'll be in the United States throughout your trip. My card company, for example, does ask that I notify them when I'm traveling even within the 50 states. So you may want to check on that, and if you're traveling quite a bit, you probably know what's required with your company. Debit cards is another thing that, again, you may want to contact your bank and tell them kind of what your plans are. You won't have to worry about foreign exchange rates on money. You won't need to be concerned about the current for your appliances. You can just use the same things that you do here. There is in the back of your document booklet some average temperatures for all of the main places that you'll be traveling to. And of course, do keep in mind that an average is a high that was higher than normal and some lows that were not seasonal to kind of come up with the average that they're having. So plan to have the extremes as well as lower than what you think it maybe would be. Gratuities are something that, again, are addressed in your book, but I'm going to point out a few things. It does indicate that you're probably going to have 3 step-on guides during your trip. These people add greatly to an area that you're touring because they're experts on that particular area and usually provide a wealth of information. So, depending on how long you have them and how good you think they have followed through with providing information, there is a recommended amount of from $1 to $2 per person. Again, that's not required, it is just a recommendation. You're going to have a tour manager with you throughout the trip that again is going to be assisting you with lots of things and providing much information. The recommended amount for that is $5 to $8 per person per day as a customary amount. Your driver are almost always excellent drivers. I guess I've not ever seen one that wasn't and can put the bus in places that you would swear they were only an inch on each side. And the recommended amount for the driver is $3 to $5 per person per day that they're driving you. And again, that is recommended. You will have the Please Go Away hostess, Mary Ricky, who will try to help you in every way possible and do things for you, answer questions, things of that nature. But she's doing that so that you can recommend us to your friends and neighbors as opposed to a gratuity. She does not expect a gratuity, nor will she accept a gratuity. Unlike other companies, that is expected and adds greatly by the time you do the gratuities to the bottom line of your tour. You are also going to find in your booklet some suggestions if you're trying to figure out how much money to take with you. Credit cards are always really good because then you're not carrying a lot of cash. It is good to have more than one way to make purchases in case there is a question with your debit card or credit card, to have a little bit of money or cash so that even just a bottle of water or something like that, that you can do that easily without having to do the credit cards. The amounts of recommendations for dinners and lunches that are not included is provided in your document booklet. You don't need a passport for this tour. However, with that being said, there have been some memos that indicated the legal names, as well as you can look at how your names appear in your document booklet on the electronic e-ticket for the flights. You need to plan to use either the passport or driver's license, whichever exactly matches the name that is on that electronic airline ticket. So that's very important. The time difference is going to be mountain time, so you will be traveling being 1 hour earlier than what we're used to here in Kansas. so do keep that in mind as well. Colette has been very good about providing information and doing everything possible to keep everyone that's traveling safe. One of the things that they have done is it is required on every Colette tour to be fully vaccinated, and it is going to be asked when you begin your tour that you provide your proof of vaccination, which would be the health department, doctor's office, or whomever would have provided you with a little card when you received your vaccinations. So do be sure that you have that with you. In addition, in your document booklets, there were a wellness declaration form that the tour manager will ask you for. The questions on there basically are the different symptoms, and so do be sure that you complete that and sign that and have that ready for your tour manager. If you have any questions, we do want to answer those for you, so be sure that you either call us or email those to us. If you want to email them, you can email them to answers@travelpleasegoaway.com, or you can always call us Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 at 1-800-362-9347. Again, thank you for going away. We hope you have a wonderful time. Let us know how we can assist you if you have any questions or concerns before you're ready to travel. Thank you.